Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on a Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023, trying to make some money per usual. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do, man. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz Premium. Just click that link in the description. It takes you right to my Handicapper page. That's where you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, yearly, and seasonal. You can find all my bets for today's action, college hoops, NBA, and hockey, man. You can find all those in that link in the description, including my $15 NBA Jam Session play, my best bet in the NBA every night. We had a nice winner on that play last night with the Boston Celtics. Thought it was a terrible spot for the Sacramento Kings. Celtics needed a bounce-back game, and bounce-back did they. Love the spot for them. They got it done for us. We're going to keep that momentum rolling forward into tonight. Also, how about them Thunder buddies on the money line, man? Love that team, man. We continue to roll the best ATS team in the league, man. I told you I was going to take them plus the points, and I was going to take them on the money line as well, man. I really thought that Shy was going to have a nice game, and they were going to go in there and beat that Clippers team, and that's exactly what happens, man. We're going to try to keep that momentum rolling forward into tonight, man. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ, and check out my live show. I'm live right here on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel every day, 3 Central, 4 Eastern, as I come back on and try to update y'all on late injury news and information coming out of the association, man. I will have a guest today. I think my guy Brad Francis is going to make his season debut with me today on the live jam session, man. So come tune in as we try to get ahead of some of these winners later on in the day, man. We know we're finna run it through right now, man. We got 10 games today. Huge card on a Wednesday. Let's smash it per usual. Let's make some money today. And without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the Denver Chicken Nuggets out on the road facing the Washington Wizards, man. Denver's laying 6.5, total 227. The Nuggets, they kind of been going through the motions recently, man. They've been struggling. They've only won 2 of their last 5. They did bounce back in their last game, though, on the road against the Nets. Won that game and covered 108-102. Before that, though, they were really struggling. It's not a great spot for them either, as this is their 5th straight road game. They did beat the Wizards pretty good in the lone meeting this season, 141-128 on the 14th of December. This is what I will say, though. I know I'm not betting the Wizards, man. I bet them yesterday. They completely let me down. That was my only loss in the NBA yesterday, premium-wise. They're done. We're sticking a fork in them. It's over. Now, 8 games under 500. They're not making the play-in, man. They had every opportunity to do so, and they now are 32-40, have lost 4 of their last 5. Lost that one last night in a must-win spot. I think the Nuggets probably roll them in this spot tonight as well. It's a bad spot for the Wizards, too, man. They just played on the road last night in Orlando. They have to fly from Orlando all the way back up to Washington, playing a really good Nuggets team, a Nuggets team that needs a bounce-back game, a Nuggets team that I could see start to roll again here as we get closer to the playoffs. They have been going through the motions in this little span, but we kind of thought that was going to happen with the number 1 seed already locked up for them. I know I'm not betting the Wizards, man. I'm sticking a fork in them. They really let me down yesterday. That was a great spot for them. They needed that win yesterday against Orlando, man. Orlando was terrible in that spot as well as home favorites, 2-7, league worst. Washington absolutely needed that one. They couldn't pull it out, and I doubt they cover in this one tonight. The Nuggets probably look like the Nuggets again tonight and win this one by double digits. I'll lean towards Denver here in our first matchup of the night. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the New York Knicks, the best road cover team in the NBA, out on the road facing the worst home cover team in all of the NBA. And the worst home cover team in this game is laying 1.5. Total 223, and we're not even going to overcomplicate it. Knicks on the money line. Lock it up. Put it in. They should get this one done. They've won both meetings against this Heat team. I will say they both were pretty tight, with the Knicks winning the last one on 3-3 not that long ago, the 3rd of March, 122-120 in Miami. And they won the first one, 106-104 on the 2nd of February in New York. But like I said at the top, the Knicks are the best road cover team in the NBA. We've been on them on the road a ton this season. For some odd reason, they play their best basketball outside of Madison Square Garden. And we know the Miami Heat, the number 1 team on my do not bet list, the number 1 team on my fade list. So we love fading the Miami Heat on their home floor. We've done it all season. 11, 24-2 ATS at home are the Miami Heat. Have only covered in 31.4% of their home games. We're fading them in this spot. The Knicks, as I said, best road team in the NBA, 24-12, have covered in 66.7% of their road games. The best road cover team in the NBA versus the worst home cover team in the NBA. I'm taking the Knicks. I'm taking them on the money line. I probably should just grab the 1.5, but I think they win this game as they won the first two this season. The Knicks are also 22-14 straight up on the road, man. Knicks, let's get this one done. I think they bounce back after that loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves on their home floor in their last one. We know they don't hoop in Madison Square Garden. Randall had a nice game. What do you have, 57 in that one? Sheesh. I think they bounce back today on the road. We've seen them be dominant on the road in their last two. Beat up on Portland, beat up on the Lake Show. They probably beat up on the Heat today. The Heat, they did win their last two home games against Memphis. We know Memphis is terrible out on the road. And they edged the Jazz 119-115. They're due to return back to that same home team we've known all season. I expect the Knicks to win this one tonight. I'm taking them on the money line. Hearing this. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Indiana Pacers out on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Raptors laying 8.5 at the crib, total 234. It's a tough one for me, I'm going to be honest, because Halliburton's still up in the air, questionable. He could make his return today. I want to see if he plays before I make my final decision in this one. I understand why the line is 8.5. The Raptors at home have been balling recently. On the road, they're a fade. At home, they've been pretty money, man. Their last three home games, beat up on the Wolves 122-107. Took my Thunder buddies, my cover buddies behind the shed, 128-111. And beat up on the Nuggets there as well, 125-110. They're also working with double revenge as the Pacers won both meetings this season. 118-104 on the 12th of November and 122-114 on the 2nd of January. Both meetings were in Indiana. So we're back in Toronto, where Toronto has played its best basketball all season, working with double revenge, have been playing great basketball at home recently. They did lose their last one out on the road to Milwaukee, 118-111. Not the end of the world. We know Milwaukee is in that mode right now. Plenty of people have gone into Milwaukee and lost. I want to see if Halliburton plays tonight, man. I do. But even if he does, to be honest, man, I want if he does play, I expect the line to drop, and I probably will take the Raptors. Laying 8.5 at the Raptors is a little nervous. Makes me a little nervous, man. It really does. It really does. But I honestly believe they're the right side. I love the way they've been playing at home recently. The double revenge factor really plays a huge role in this one. The Pacers haven't been looking good, man. We're going to call a spade a spade. They got beat by Charlotte in their last one by 6 out on the road. The Sixers hammered them in their own building, 141-121. It's also a terrible spot for the Pacers. It's going to be their 5th road game in their last 6 games. And they're going into a building in Toronto that's really loud, one of the best home venues in the NBA. You know, Toronto's been rolling at home. I lean Raptors in this one. I want to see what's up with Halliburton, because if Halliburton plays, his line's going to drop a little bit. And I do see, who is that, Scotty Barnes on his injury report as well for the Raptors, which is kind of a huge blow for this Raptors team. That's going to kind of hurt their defense a little bit. We'll see. I'll be back this evening, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. We can talk about this one a little more then. I am leaning Raptors as of right now, though. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got another tough one. We got the Philadelphia 76ers out on the road facing your Chicago Bulls. Philly road favorites laying 3.5, total 221. These two teams just played 2 days ago with the Bulls going into Philly, winning that one outright, man. The final score in that one was 109-105. That game did go to double overtime. Bulls pulled it out, though, and the Bulls have also been playing really great basketball recently, man. They've now won 5 of their last 6 games, are firmly back in the play-in tournament, 3 games under 500, have already beat the Sixers team twice in their 3 meetings this season. They've been playing really great defense lately, especially at home. I'm also seeing James Harden as questionable for tonight's game for the Sixers. I lean Bulls plus a 3.5 in this one, man. I know coming out of the All-Star break, I said I was looking to fade the Chicago Bulls team in a lot of situations, but, you know, things change. They do. And I change all the time, man. And I think it's time to stop hating on the Bulls, quite honestly. I was hating for a little bit. I've woken up to what they've been doing, man, and I like it, what they've been doing. And I think they probably keep it rolling here today on their home floor. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Sixers team straight up on the money line, man. I think the Sixers are probably due now, like we've seen some of them other top teams, to kind of go through the motions. I know Embiid is still going for the MVP, and I could see the Sixers winning this game. I very well could, but in that same breath, I can see the Bulls keeping it tight like they did in that last one where they beat them straight up just 2 days ago. All three meetings this season have been tight because the Sixers only won the first one 114-109. The Bulls won the second one. They actually beat the Sixers pretty good, 126-112. I'm going to lean on the Bulls here in this one, man. I am. I like what I've seen from them here recently. They've won 5 of 6. They're back at home here in this one. You know, their only loss in this span was to Sacramento. They lost it by 3. So they've been playing super tight basketball in their last 6. I think they can do the same here in this one, man. So I'm going to lean on the Bulls plus the 3.5. I would not be surprised if they beat the Sixers team straight up on the money line, though. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies laying 13.5 in this one, total 231. It's a parade inside my city, yeah. At least I know that's what they're saying down there in Memphis. Ja Morant looks like he's back in the fold tonight for this Memphis Grizzlies team. And with that being said, man, I really don't want to fade them in this spot. We know the Grizzlies do go stupid, dummy, crazy on their home floor. 30-5 are the Memphis Grizzlies at home this season. Not fading them, man. The Rockets let me down in their last one. Well, not really. I didn't end up betting it because I had a feeling Golden State might wake up. But they've now lost some of that mojo they had, man. They lost to Golden State 121-108, failed to cover. Got beat pretty good by the Pelicans 117-107. I think with Memphis getting their guy back tonight, the morale probably at an all-time high. It's just not somewhere I really want to fade. 13.5 is quite a lot of points. Does make me a little nervous, but the lean in this one is definitely towards the Grizzlies, man. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. 30-5 straight up ATS. They are 21-13-1, have covered in 61.8% of their games. We've seen them beat up on this Rockets team in both meetings this season. The last one was 113-299 on the 1st of March in Houston. Where Memphis does not play its best basketball. We know Memphis is terrible out on the road, but they hammered them out on the road. And that last one, the first one wasn't that bad. It was 129-122. Ja Morant had a huge game in that one, went for 49. The spread in that one was 7 points. So what'd they end up winning by? So that game pushed. They didn't cover, it pushed. But it was the third game of the season as well. So, you know, way early in the season, but still. I think the Grizzlies getting their guy back tonight. The momentum probably at an all-time high. Morale probably at an all-time high. We know the Grizzlies hoop at home. The Rockets have kind of tailed off here recently after being red hot. I lean Grizzlies laying the 13.5 here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the San Antonio Spurs out on the road facing the Milwaukee Bucks. I think this is the biggest spread we've seen all season. 17.5 is crazy. Total 237. Oh, my goodness. We got a 17.5 point spread. I'm not betting this game, yo. I'm going to call a spade, bro. This is why I'm not. Because I want to grab the points with the Spurs. 17.5 is crazy. But in that same breath, fading the Bucks at home is really not somewhere I want to be. The Bucks could win this game with their eyes closed by 20 points. Yes. But in that same breath, what is Milwaukee's motivation to come in here and blow these boys out today on a random Wednesday? You know what I mean? Like, we've seen them top-tier teams recently just go through the motions. They're going to win the game for shit show. But do they just want to come in here and blow these boys out by 20 points? I don't know. I don't even want to bet the game. I'm going to stay away, me personally. If I were to lean anywhere, I would lean Spurs plus the points. I would. 17.5 is crazy. This is crazy. 17.5. I know the Spurs haven't looked that great. They're also on a back-to-back after getting beat pretty good yesterday by the Pelicans, 119-84. And I do know the Spurs beat this Bucks team in the only meeting this season, believe it or not, 111-93 in San Antonio. So maybe the Bucks want some revenge. Maybe they do want to blow them out tonight, but I just don't see it, man. Could they do it with their eyes closed? For sure. Could they possibly just go through the motions, win this game, and want to get out of here healthy? Yeah, I think that's more likely the scenario. I think this will end up probably like a 14-point win for Milwaukee. They coast to an easy 14-point win, but what's the motivation to do it by 20? What's the motivation? Could they do it for shit show? Yes, they could. Would I want to bet that they do it in a situation where they don't have to? I don't. 17.5 points is crazy. That's a lot of points. If I were to bet this, which I'm not, I'd probably grab the points with the Spurs. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got an interesting one. We got the Hawks on the road facing the Timberwolves. Timberwolves laying 4.5, total 241.5. The Timberwolves did just hammer this Hawks team really, really recently on the 13th of March, man. What was that? That was last week, about 9 days ago. In Atlanta, 136-115. It was not pretty. The Hawks just did not show up to play in that one. Tonight, there's some real significant injuries in this one that I need to know before I make a firm side in this one, though. I see Karl Anthony Towns could be back tonight for this Timberwolves team. We know he missed majority of the season. And Anthony Edwards is also questionable for tonight, but I don't see really how he's questionable. He's been in that walking boot for a few days, and that ankle injury looked pretty bad. It looked pretty bad. I'm also seeing DeJounte Murray questionable for the Hawks as well. The Hawks are on a back-to-back. They beat up on the Pistons yesterday, 129-107. And as I currently sit here right now in the small lean, I do lean Hawks plus the 4.5. That loss that they had last week at home, it has to be fresh in their minds, and they have to want revenge. They have to want it. And I do think they possibly get it, man. This is an inconsistent team in the Hawks, man. I told y'all the stat yesterday. They've been one game within 500 for the last 26 or 27 games. What that basically means is they win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. That's basically the streak that this Hawks team has been on. They won yesterday. Do they lose today? We'll see. It is a back-to-back for them, but I kind of like that revenge angle with them today, man. No, Timberwolves went in there and hammered them. 136-115. They have to want some revenge. I got to see this injury report, though. I want to see if Cat plays. I want to see if Edward plays. I want to see if Murray plays. I'll be live, per usual, as I am every evening, 3 Central, 4 Eastern, right here on Pickdawgz YouTube channel. Come tune in with me, man. Hopefully we have some more news about this game by then. I'm leaning Hawks right now, though. Plus the 4.5 early in the morning. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Portland Trail Blazers out on the road facing the Utah Jazz, man. Jazz laying 5.5, total 234.5. Be honest, this is not one of my favorite games on the board today, and I rarely do this, but I'm just going to take a money line, and that money line in this one is just going to be the Jazz. I think the Jazz win this game. Sticking a fork in Portland, they're done. They're done. 9 games under 500. They had a real chance to make the play-in. They've now gone on a major losing streak. As I'm looking at it right here, I know they've lost their last 5. I don't think they show up here tonight either. Could they? Possibly. Will they? Probably not. The Jazz with much more to play for, still right in the thick of things. Where are they? What's their seed right now? 10th. So they're in the play-in. Are the Jazz, man, way more to play for. I'm just going to lean on them on the money line in this one. They've won 4 of their last 5. Playing some good basketball are these Jazz, man. I do kind of lean them laying the points as well. What makes me nervous is I'm seeing Clarkson out and I'm seeing Markkanen questionable. I need Markkanen in there. I need Markkanen in there, man. Markkanen plays, I might lay the 5.5. If he doesn't play, the Jazz probably still win this game as they need this game more than Portland. Portland, like I said, they could have still made the play-in. Technically, they still can. It's not going to happen. They got to win damn near every game moving forward. That's not going to happen. Stick a fork in them. Damian Lillard's season probably only has 1 or 2 more games left in it. Could he show up tonight here and go stupid, dummy, crazy? Possibly. Would I want to bet that he does? No, I wouldn't. Lean Jazz on the money line. Like I said, have won 4 of their last 5. Also working with revenge, double revenge, as the Portland has won the last 2 meetings, 134-124 in Portland and 116-111 in Utah. I like the Jazz to win this one here tonight. Keep their playoff hopes alive. Stay right in the thick of things. I'm going to lean on them just on the money line in this one, though. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the toughest game on the board for me tonight, man. I'm going to call a spade a spade. We got the Suns on the road facing the Lakers. Suns favored in this one, laying 1.5, total 227.5. Woo! It's a tough one, man. This is a really tough one for me. The Suns have now lost 4 of their last 5, and we know this is a team that could bounce back at any point. Is tonight the bounce back in Los Angeles? I could see it, man. I could see it. I don't want to keep poking the bear in the Suns, man. This is a really good Suns team. They won both meetings versus the Lakers this season, 115-105 and 130-104. The first one was on the 22nd of November, and the last one was on the 19th of December. What makes me nervous about taking the Suns in this spot, though, is no DeAndre Ayton, which is huge because we know the Lakers got Anthony Davis, and the Suns are small down there without Ayton. They no longer have McGee. He's in Dallas. Cam Johnson's now in Brooklyn. Mikal Bridges is now in Brooklyn. They don't really have too many big guys down there no more like they have in years past. And I think that could be a spot to attack for this Lakers team. You know, their best player on the floor tonight will be Anthony Davis, who's going to try to feast down there in the paint with no DeAndre Ayton. And I could see it, man. Double revenge also for this Lakers team, man. I could see it. Lakers did bounce back in their last home game and beat up on the Magic 111-105. It's a tough one, man. I don't want to keep poking the bear in the Suns. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They're going to wake up soon, and I could see it being today. But it's hard to want to take the Suns without Ayton, man. I could see Anthony Davis having a huge game. I'm probably not going to bet this game. This is a classic 50-50 type game. This game could go either way. Hence why the line's right where it's at, razor sharp, 1.5. If I had to give out a lean, man, because I do pick every game every day. If I had to give out a lean in this one, Lakers on the money line. I could see Anthony Davis having a feast down there with no DeAndre Ayton. They're at home in this one as well. They're in Los Angeles. They got double revenge. I lean Lakers, man. But in that same breath, continuing to poke the bear in the Phoenix Suns, we're kind of asking for it. I mean, we're kind of asking for it if you bet the Lakers. I could see the Suns waking up today on the road. I'm probably not going to bet this game, man. It's a super tight game. It could go either way, 50-50 type game. I lean Lakers, though. I lean Lakers. Anthony Davis should have a huge game. We'll talk about this one a little later today, as I will be back 3 Central, 4 Eastern. Lean Lakers, though, right now, currently in this matchup. Tough game. And that's going to conclude today's episode on the Jam Session on March 22nd. 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz Premium. Just click that link in the description. It takes you right to my Handicapper page. There you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, yearly, and seasonal. You can also find all my packages and plays for today's action there as well, including my $15 NBA Jam Session play, which we did have a winner on yesterday with the Boston Celtics. Love to see that, man. We're going to try to keep that momentum rolling forward into tonight, man. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ. And check out my live show. I'm live right here on this channel every day, 3 Central, 4 Eastern, as I run through the card one more time. Bring on a guest as well. We cook it up, drop a parlay for y'all at the end, and try to update y'all on late information and injuries coming out of the association, man. So come check us out, man. We're live every day, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. I think I have my guy Brad Francis on there with me today, man, making his Jam Session debut. So come spend some time with us today. We're going to try to make some money per usual on a Wednesday, hump day. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'll see y'all later on the day. I'm out of here. Peace.